Hey everyone, this is Clarinetgamer here, and I'm here with my review of Assassin's Creed 3 as I promised I would do tonight actually. So, without further ado, I'm going to go on with this game. Now, looking at it just now, it seems to be, well, I mean, it's not my favourite Assassin's Creed game overall, if I were to be honest. But, I was going to say that, like, starting from where I do for my reviews, the story is okay. I mean, like, well, the way you're taking place in the Native American time and also like fighting the Templars stuff. It's kind of an interesting plot, especially like at the beginning. If you've seen my LP, the twist at the beginning where I thought Haytham was the good guy, but he was a Templar alongside Charles Lee and Hickey and all the other guys that I saw in that. Like when I first saw that cutscene, that like this is a blind LP, obviously, my jaw literally dropped to the floor, and I was like, "What? What?" That's what I was like. I was like, "That is a great plot twist right there." So I'll say that much for Haytham's story, and I thought Haytham was the most interesting character out of all the characters, if I were to be honest. Charles Lee was also interesting as well. Now, talking about Connor, what can I say about him? He's so boring, and honestly, I would say right now, he really is just such a boring character. Every time he speaks, I'm like, oh my god, this is so boring. Honestly, I mean, I think he's more boring than Altair, if I were to be honest. I really don't like him as a main protagonist. Now, one of the elements of gameplay you'll just see right here is like, now this is a gameplay video that I'm just showing off of one of the bits of gameplay that I don't like, the horse. The horse is nowhere near fast as it was like back in the previous Assassin's Creed games, and you probably saw like some glitches there about me bashing in the trees or going through trees. So this game was definitely not patched up before its release. They should have delayed this, in my opinion, before they had the gameplay going. But anyway, back to the story. Basically, in the present day, Desmond is the only one who can stop the end of the world in 2012. Well, now a myth, because the end of the world never happened in reality. And Desmond is the only one who can supposedly stop the end of the world from happening. Now, along the way the story is okay, but then it gets worse and worse as it gradually goes on. Because, as you probably saw in my previous parts, when Desmond went to Abstergo and Warren Vidic, one of the main, well, villains of Assassin's Creed, ended up dying, but it was an anticlimactic death, in my opinion personally, and they shouldn't have made his death like that quick. They should have had it more dramatic. Just my opinion personally about Warren Vidic's death. Now, you probably saw from the ending, I was like, the ending didn't satisfy me in the last part. Now, I actually pre-recorded that months ago. Now, I may have changed my opinion on it. I still don't like the ending. I really think the ending left a bad taste in my mouth after playing it. But in Assassin's Creed 4, which is coming up soon, in fact, at the end of this month actually, Assassin's Creed 4 is coming out. They say the present day story is going to be in Abstergo, and apparently you'll just be accessing memories from the machine, you'll just be playing in the past. However, the present day story has a much bigger side to it, so I'm actually looking forward to seeing what this present day storyline contains. I'm not gonna lie, because I mean the present day story in Assassin's Creed 3, I mean honestly, after seeing that ending in Assassin's Creed 3, I was like, well, that was a waste of time, wasn't it, playing as Desmond? He had to die at the end, and then Juno got released, and I'm wondering how on earth they're going to follow up with Juno getting released. Is the Earth actually destroyed as all of mankind enslaved to this god? So overall, the plot of Assassin's Creed 3 is okay, but it could have been better if I were to be honest. The gameplay for Assassin's Creed 3 is not the best. As you probably might have seen, it's not got the best graphics for an Assassin's Creed game. Well, I suppose it's better than the first Assassin's Creed in a way. Because, I mean, Assassin's Creed 1 had, like, well, not as good graphics. So, I mean, it was an early PS3 game anyway, or Xbox 360 game. So, I'll say that much. And, as you can see, I mentioned before, the horse riding is not good in this game at all. And there's graphical glitches on some of these rocks. On some of the rocks. Which you probably might not see in this part. But if you look from my previous parts, you'll know what I'm talking about in the LP. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it in some of these bits. Maybe. I have no idea. But what was I going to say for another gameplay? the running ability, Connor doesn't run that fast, and the jumping button is the same as the running button, which is very annoying, especially when you're climbing on buildings, because Connor could easily go in the wrong direction and he could jump off the building, and that can easily waste your time by doing that, especially if you're in a hurry to get something done. And the combat for this game, I don't know whether to think it's good or bad. Personally, I prefer the older style of combat because, I mean, the combat reminds me of Batman, the Arkham games for Batman in a way, like where you're pressing square to strike and triangle to counter any enemy's attacks. I suppose the combat is good in the way, but I'm just not a big fan of it in this game. They may carry it on over in Assassin's Creed 4, but I don't know. And also sometimes the enemies can be a bit ridiculous as well. Like sometimes they just stand around and they just try to get you off your horse, and like, oh, they drag you off like that. And I think overall the gameplay, it could have been improved if I were to say, but all in all it's okay, but it's not the best. I've seen better gameplay in previous Assassin's Creed games, like Assassin's Creed 2. That was a great Assassin's Creed game, in fact probably the best in the series, alongside Assassin's Creed Revelations. And as far as it goes for the soundtrack, the best soundtrack I think on the game is Haytham's theme. I cannot remember, like, I cannot recall how many times I listened to that on YouTube after playing it. It's just brilliant. Haytham's theme for Assassin's Creed 3. But the soundtrack is okay. And what do I think of the characters? Now, the characters is a new category I'm going to be putting in here. Now, Connor, as I said before, boring. Haytham, the best character in the game. Desmond, same as he always is, except he's getting a bit, he doesn't really understand what he's doing most of the time, and like, well, not most of the time, but like, and also like one of the big issues I had with like Desmond is like he didn't have a choice at the ending. He just said, okay, I've made up my mind. I'm just gonna kill myself just to save the world from the Earth, so mankind can be enslaved. So that was kind of stupid for what Desmond did there. So all in all, what do I think of Assassin's Creed 3 as a whole? Well, it's my least second favourite Assassin's Creed game. So out of the top 5 that I'll have played for Assassin's Creed games, number 4 would be Assassin's Creed 3, number 5 would be, and as you can see I had trouble getting back on the horse there, but number 4 would be Assassin's Creed 3 on the chart for the top 5. However, it'll be top 6 now since Assassin's Creed 4 will be coming out. So I think that pretty much sums up for my review. Now, all in all, what do I think? Rating out of 5 for the plot, I would probably say, I don't know. Plot, I would say, it's not the best plot. I would probably say 3 out of 5 for the plot. Or I was thinking 2.5 out of 5 for the plot, because after the ending it really dragged the score down. I had like a 3.5 out of 5 for the plot, but due to the ending, the score is taken down. Gameplay, I would say, would be 3 out of 5, because there's still some glitches in the game that need to be patched up, and it can be frustrating at times. And the soundtrack, all in all, it's okay, 3 out of 5. So that's pretty much it for this review, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this review. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and also make sure to let me know if you think I should redo the Crash PS1 games for this style of format of review. So if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like the video, comment down below with your thoughts, and please subscribe for more Assassin's Creed, LPs, reviews and shoutouts in the future. Till then, this is Clarinetgamer here, signing off, and I'll see you guys next time for more reviews on the Sundays. Until then, I'll see you later, and goodbye.